I'm not showing my face because I don't want to be pointed at in public. On 12th of July 2017, ABC TV Four Corners program dredged up a 30-year-old done and dusted story about 1980s corruption in Queensland Police that had no link to current affairs. So why won't ABC Four Corners run this 2017 current affairs news story about corrupt members in South Australia's State Parliament linked to criminal activities of police in 1990 Sydney? The public deserves to know the truth about the untoward activities of our current governments and medical doctors. This may have started in the 1990s, however it's still going strong. The initial injustices have never been resolved. My physical attacks have never been allowed to mend, and despite my many efforts, the multiple breaches of my criminal and common law rights have never been allowed to see the inside of a courtroom. So if there's some notion I'm telling porkies, then consider this. The most obvious public indicator of criminal activities targeting me is when I was illegally sacked as an elected member from Wollondilly Shire Council 5 months before the scheduled September 1999 New South Wales local government elections. Despite that press were present at the council meeting, the local press made no story of my illegal political dismissal. I was never contacted by the press for comment on my dismissal. I reiterate, I was a democratically elected member of local government in New South Wales. The people elected me. The councillors don't have the right to get rid of me, but they did. I was not allowed the opportunity of the right to reply to the motion to dismiss me. The motion was made without notice to anyone. It was verbally put to council for vote by a councillor in general business after the council meeting had finished. This is in breach of basic democracy and natural justice. It is not legal in Australia Clearly, other councillors had secretly discussed illegally dismissing me before the meeting, as no one moved to notify me of the motion before the illegal vote was made. Clearly, the press was in on the scam, as there was no scandal in the press about my illegal dismissal. So what had I done? After I was indecently assaulted by Councillor Michael Banasic at the 1997 local government conference, I went to local police to file a formal complaint where the outrageous comment was made, with a police detective saying Banasic probably thought it was okay to molest me. I was asleep in the accommodation council had provided for the local government conference when Banasic unlawfully entered my room and sexually interfered with me as I slept. How could anybody think that was okay? I lodged sexual harassment and sex discrimination complaints with the Anti-Discrimination Board against Banasic and Wollondilly Shire Council. They all had clear motive to illegally dismiss me. After I was illegally dismissed, the Anti-Discrimination Board refused to list my complaint for hearing. When I telephoned to find out what the delay was, I was told, and I quote, "I thought the Labor Party took care of that," unquote. I expressed my shock. The Anti-Discrimination Board staff member disconnected the call. That was the last time they spoke to me. I personally went to the two Campbelltown newspapers, the Macarthur Advertiser and the Campbelltown Chronicle, but they both refused to publish the scandal. My illegal dismissal occurred after councillors realised their motive to assist in my ambush and surgical rapes was in fact a trumped-up story made by police. The revenge story linked to the 1985 suicide of ex-police officer Jack Bassett that his Sydney police detective's son unreasonably blamed me for causing. The councillors stupidly believed the police lie about me having faked my own death in 1984 as Leanne Walters, 14 years my junior. Which means when I was 41 in 1997, my fellow Wollondilly Shire councillors believed I was only 27. Well, I've included a photo of me when I was 41. It was used for the 1997-1998 annual report for Wollondilly Council. So not only did they believe that I was only 27 in 1997, they also believed the children I birthed as a teenager were my partner's children. So my partner was 8 years younger than me. So that means my eldest child was born when my partner was 10. So they believed my partner was the father of my children and I wasn't. That's how outrageous the whole situation was. My other YouTube videos tell the story of the criminal attacks I suffered during my term in local government in Wollondilly Shire. I repeat, the public deserves to know the truth about the untoward activities of our current governments and our medical doctors. Just in case any boffin thinks I was never a councillor in Wollondilly Shire, 1995 to 1999, here's proof in my associated documents to refute that such a preposterous notion. I've included a 1997 photo of me standing with the then New South Wales Local Government Minister Ernie Page MP and my fellow councillor Marina Von Sina.